Ebrahim Harvey, thank you for joining us. I'm sure you're probably feeling quite sad. I mean, Kgalema Motlanthe is buying out of politics. I mean, this is a man we never had a chance really to experience his leadership.
I'm not too sure if I'm sad at all. I think, contrary to media speculation, I don't understand that Kgalema is about to resign. I don't know
I'm talking about resigning from the ANC, I'm talking about.
No, he wouldn't be resigning from the ANC, and he certainly will not be resigning from government.
From leadership he has. He's effectively withdrawn from the NEC.
Yeah, but that's one thing. And it may indicate that he will not have any future at a leadership level in the ANC. But certainly there's no indication whatsoever that I know of that he would be wanting to resign from his position as Deputy President of the government.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the man. I mean, in terms of something that comes out in your book and certainly in our experience of him publicly, an intensely private person, perhaps maybe too private sometimes. I mean, a lot of people have pointed out that he was making a principled point by running against Jacob Zuma, but it got lost in amidst all the chaos and pandemonium.
Yeah, it's possible that you could conclude that the campaign to have him succeed Zuma got lost. But Kgalema Motlanthe was very principled about this matter. You must not forget that he could have continued, if he had so chosen, to continue to be Zuma's deputy and would most probably have become president thereafter. But he chose another route, which was that he was not going to tamper with the will of the branches to decide who the next president of the ANC would be. He was not prepared to get into any behind-the-scenes deal-making that would disempower and compromise the constitutional right of the branches to determine who the leadership of the ANC is. And certainly not to get into any deal that would say, you know what, don't contest this time and we'll assure you the presidency of the ANC at the next elections. Kgalema would have no truck with that, and I think he's completely correct. What is the purpose of the Constitution, Deborah? If you can sidestep it and enter into deal-making behind the scenes that disempowers the delegates at the next electoral conference to decide, independent of any machinations, who they want to elect as the new leader.
However, there is a point where if you are going to possibly be the president of the country, we want that president to want to be it and to campaign actively. Was this perhaps not a weakness on his side? A campaign that just failed to get off the ground and even confused his supporters?
I think it's less a reflection of a weakness or failure on his part to assert his interests or in vying for this position. Perhaps the campaign organizers, those who wanted him to succeed Zuma, may not have organized this campaign as well as they could have, and it may have undermined their own efforts to get him to succeed Zuma.
One political commentator made the point comparing the ANC's battle for the presidency, the succession battle, as a sort of a mud wrestling match, and that Kgalema Motlanthe wanted to get into the ring wearing a white suit. Was that white suit spattered at all?
Well, I don't know about white suit being spattered or not. I think, certainly, he's quite a constitutionalist embracing man. And would not want to have any truck. I think it's a very principled position he's taken, because the alternative was that he could have, it's a very important point, that he could have continued to be Zuma's deputy president for another 5 years, and he virtually had the presidency in the bag thereafter. But he chose another route because, whether it was 2 provinces or regions who nominated him, the other side of the coin is that Kgalema, as much as he would not prematurely put up his hand, he would respect the wishes of branches or regions who felt that he should replace Zuma. And basically this is what he did. He stuck to his guns on a principled basis throughout.
Fascinating insights indeed. Thank you very much for sharing those with us,
Thanks,
Ebrahim Harvey.
Yeah.
That was the author of Kgalema Motlanthe, a political biography.